Hi there, I'm Azimah from myenglishmatters.com. Today I'm going to talk about ways to practice for your upcoming presentation. So I know that not many of us enjoy delivering, preparing for your upcoming presentation, let alone rehearse and practice for it. I don't either, but I find that if we do practice, we tend to speak more confidently and more fluently and more smoothly. So these are tips that I hope that you're going to take notes and you are going to choose any of these strategies that you find comfortable. So let's explore 5 of these strategies together. Okay, so let's do this, everybody. Okay, right. So the first tip is all about practicing in front of a mirror or on video. So all you have to do is just stand in front of a mirror or grab your phone and prop it up and watch yourself on video delivering your presentation out loud from A to Z. So what you're looking for is your how smooth you understand how you understand your presentation, how smooth it is, how fluent you sound. You're also looking at your pace, how fast or slow you are. So you should be mixing it up, not just too slow or too fast. You want to be mixing it up. You're also looking at your energy. Are you energetic when you're presenting? So these are the things that you should be looking at when you are watching yourself back, especially on video. So you can do this on video. But in front of a mirror, you want to look at your posture, you want to look at your facial expression as well. But the thing about video is that you can also watch yourself on mute. So you can see how you come across your facial expression. Are you smiling? Do you look angry? Do you look sad? So these are the things that you can actually look at. All right. So practice on video or in front of a mirror. That's tip number 1. Number 2, you can practice different sections of your content. So this is all about looking at whether you have memorized or you understand how to open your presentation. So you want to look at your opening, that's a different section. Your closing, how to end your presentation. Maybe you have a Q&A, so you want to move swiftly from your conclusion to your Q&A. Or maybe you have a section where you are asking for a volunteer because you're doing a demonstration perhaps. So you want to practice these different sections as well. Don't forget as well to practice the difficult sections as well, the technical sections, because you want to know how to pronounce these difficult words or understand these difficult concepts that you're going through. Another thing that you can look at is to memorize or to go through boring sections. So you don't want it to be boring, but unfortunately, you have to present it as such. And so you can do this and then look at yourself. How can I improve this? Do I need more engagement, etc.? So practicing different sections would be a great idea for you to then put them all back together. So you want an opening, a middle, and your end, your conclusion. So practice different sections. So tip number 3 is now slightly advanced. I want you to practice your points out of order. So this is quite difficult because now I'm asking you to actually learn your content in and out, A, B, C, D, etc. Right? But then I want you to practice them out of order. So, for example, I want you to look at point A and practice that first, obviously, but then jumbling it up. So perhaps point C first, and then B, and then A, and then D, etc. And the whole point for doing this is for you to really internalize your content. Okay? So when you have learned how to jumble them, you want to learn how to put them back together. And the reason I'm giving you this challenge is because when you're presenting, sometimes unexpected things happen. For example, a VIP comes in late and the VIP asks you to repeat a particular point that they have missed, for example. And so if you have already jumbled up your points during your rehearsal, then you will know how to get to that point and then continue to where you left off. So that's the whole point. Practicing things out of order and then putting it back together, right? So that is an advanced strategy. Try this out, everybody. Okay. The fourth strategy is to practice with your slides out aloud. Now, this is important because I want you to be able to move from point to point with your slides. So you want to have phrases for that. For example, you can say, now that I've talked about point A, I'm now going to move on to my second point. And then you click on that slide. Or perhaps you are on this particular slide and then you want to say, now that you have heard me talk, I have a story to tell you. And then you click on the second slide, for example. You also want to practice how to tell your audience to look at a particular section on your slide. So, for example, your slide might be crowded with facts, unfortunately. And so you want to direct them to look at a particular section on that slide. So you want to have a phrase for that. You might want to say, listeners, I would like for you to look at the top right section of my slide where you can see whatever it is. So you want to practice these phrases, all right? Okay, now on to my final strategy, which is to practice under pressure. So here you can invite your trustworthy colleagues or friends or spouse to actually watch you and then ask for their feedback. Ask them, what do you think? How was my pacing? How was my pronunciation? Did you understand? Were there sections that were not engaging? What else can I do to improve? Just ask for their feedback and take them. If it's something that you can learn from, then improve and incorporate their ideas in your real presentation. If you're struggling with language, you can invite somebody who you trust to listen and watch you and look at your slides, check your slides for you, as well as check your pronunciation and your grammar. But again, giving a big presentation is not all about delivering with perfect grammar. In fact, it's all about speaking clearly and communicating your ideas clearly. Okay, so I'm done with 5 ways to practice for your upcoming presentation. You can use them in your upcoming presentation or even if you're going for a job interview later on. So here are my tips. Once more, practice on video or in front of a mirror. Practice different sections. Practice your points out of order. Practice with your slides out loud. And number 5, practice under pressure. So if you like these tips and you want more, go to myenglishmatters.com, sign up as an email subscriber with your email and your name, and then you're going to get 7 tips to speak with confidence video training. We're going to send them to your email, and we will also update you when we have upcoming programs and courses for you. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for joining me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.